from a fallout shelter somewhere under Seattle, Washington, it's the show you've been waiting for. Get ready to join your hosts, John and Kenric, as they talk comics, movies, and more. Now here's Spoiler Country!
Alright, welcome back to Spoiler Country. I'm Kenric, and that is Mr. Horsley. And today, well, we have something new today. We have something new to discuss that has been rolling for just about a month tomorrow.
Yep. Oh, it's tomorrow or 1 month. So actually, when this releases, tomorrow, the day after it's released, it'll be our 1 month anniversary.
Yeah,
Yay.
which is crazy. And that is our YouTube channel called Drinks and Comics with Spoiler Country.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been a huge learning lesson for both of us. Yep. I love it.
Yeah, because we're doing new stuff. We're doing video and video editing and all that kind of stuff. There is some the upfront cost is the biggest portion of getting a YouTube channel, but you don't have to do media storage is all local. I mean, you could do we use the same cloud-based stuff for our media storage, but all the episodes are right there for free.
Right on YouTube, you can watch them all if you want to. It's great
on YouTube.
And it's been fun for me because we originally talked about doing Spoiler Country as a YouTube show.
Yeah,
but just based upon us not knowing shit and wanting to ease into it, we did the podcast all audio first, and now we're adding video because we have the YouTube show.
Yep.
So we're looking to add video into the podcast at some point, and we have various backgrounds. Things are brewing up quite nicely right now.
That's right. And the whole thing with Drinks and Comics is the goal. Sometimes it'll go over 10 minutes by a couple minutes, but the goal is to be 10 minutes or less to give people time to be able to watch it without having to skim away. Especially when it comes to video, sometimes it's really easy unless you're have this amazing serial thing going on, which we're not going to have.
No. And the whole, just so you all know, I believe we said it on our previous podcast, but this is the Drinks and Comics episode of our podcast here.
Yeah.
We'll lay it out for you right now. The whole premise behind Drinks and Comics is Kenric and I each are going to make a drink. It's going to be a cocktail. It's going to be something. It'll most likely
99% of the time, they'll be alcohol based.
Right, but there'll be some where there's not, because not everything I like to drink has alcohol in it, and so we're going to do that, and then we're going to talk about a comic book, a TV show, a movie, or something in the nerd realm that we like.
Yeah. I mean, really, we can talk about anything that we want, but generally, it's going to be comic based or something within the comic book realm. Yeah, like our last episode that we just released. That will release tomorrow, actually, is Sabrina.
So you get a preview it today. Yeah, you get a preview the audio today.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you'll just get a little bit of the audio, so you don't give everything away. But
we'll see. Who knows?
It comes down to how lazy do we want to do our editing?
Right. Well, I'm editing, so how much time do I want to spend on this tonight?
Right.
Whatever.
Well, you do the first 2 minutes, and you'll be more than okay.
Yeah. Right. So the show's a lot of fun.
It is.
We're really interested to get feedback on it. So if you do watch the show, hit us up on Twitter, let us know what you thought, or leave a comment on YouTube and let us know what you thought. Yeah. We want the more, and even if you have some criticism of, hey, you guys, this looks like crap or this sounds like crap, tell us so we can know how to fix it, because we're brand new to this.
my soft ego.
Right. After we stop crying, we'll listen and try to improve. Okay.
All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's show them. Yeah. Are we just going to do episode 1, 2, 3, 4? Do you want to cut in between each one?
Let's just play them all.
There we go. Well, we're going to start off. Episode 1 is about Batman Damned.
Yep.
Episode 2 is Spider-Geddon.
Yep.
Episode 3 is the first appearance of Ghost Rider.
That's right. Yep.
And then the aforementioned Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, for episode 4.
Yep, but actually it's the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, not the Teenage Witch show, so it's a little different.
But Sabrina is the Teenage Witch.
She is yes, this is true. Those words are factually accurate. All right, let's take a listen.
Welcome to the first installment of Drinks and Comics. This series is going to be brought to you by Spoiler Country, myself, Kenric, and Johnny Horsley. Let me get my AirPods out of the way. And the concept of this is we're going to make a drink, and then we're going to talk about a comic book. So I'm on the keto diet, and if you don't know what that is, check it out. It's worth a Google, especially if you are fighting some weight. So my drink choice is somewhat limited right now. One of the things I can do, though, is have drinks with no carbs. And to do that, I get vodka. Now, today I have Tito's homemade vodka. And I have Tito's. I have a glass of ice. I have a Sprite Zero, because the Sprite Zero has 0 carbs. And I have 1 lime. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to pour ourselves some vodka here. And, just kind of eyeball it. What you like, how much you think you like. I'm a kind of a heavy pour. Little left-handed pour action going on a right-handed guy. Put in our Sprite Zero. And then usually what you want to do is actually muddle the lime into your drink. But with this one, I'm being lazy today, and I'm just going to cut this. Okay. And I'm just going to squeeze this in. Uber lazy way of doing this, but it does give a good drink. Then I'll take my handy dandy knife, give it a stir, and let's take a drink. Now that we got our drink, let's go talk comics.
Wait, Kenric. I want to make a drink too, man. You can't just do the intro and start the show and then think that it's all you, man. So let's show them my drink, because clearly my drink's going to be way better than that crap you made. So for my drink, instead of going with the normal, what everyone likes, with like Jack and Coke or rum and Coke, I prefer myself to make Jaeger and Coke, because then you get the nice Coke taste and that nice licorice taste of Jaeger. So what you need to make this awesome drink of Jaeger and Coke is going to be some Jaeger and some Coke. So let's take the glass here and let's put that out of the way. Get our little fancy-dancy little pirate shot glass. We'll open up our fresh thing of Jägermeister that I just bought. Now make sure, when you're dealing with Jaeger, that you always make it chilled. No one likes a warm Jaeger. So, shot glass. Now you want to have 1 shot to actually just put some in there like that. That's good. Then you take your Coke, fresh cold Coke, and you take it and just fill out the rest. Just keep going, pour. There you go. Now you've got a lovely Jaeger and Coke. Now you just take a drink of it. That's good. Now, Kenric. Now let's talk about a comic. Tighten your chassis belts, rolling.
All right.
We're
here. We've made it.
We are together in a room.
It's Drinks and Comics, just for you guys.
Episode 1.
Oh, I thought you said...
No, episode 1, motherfuckers. And there goes RPG Radio.
Yeah, there's our drink. Gonna take a drink here?
I have a new glass because I dropped my other one, so...
Sure.
We're gonna go with that.
And then today, the book that we're gonna talk about is...
It's Batwang.
This guy right here.
Batman Damned.
Which, unfortunately, has gotten kind of a bad rap.
It really has. It's gotten... I feel like the whole reaction to that was a
little over the top.
Way over the top.
Well, I thought it was more over the top coming from DC.
Right.
Because now they've changed, almost everything that they wanted to do.
Well, it's stupid because, they showed a shadowy penis, and that caused them to pull the book, which made the book an instant collectible, which means I can't freaking buy one.
Well, the thing is if you're going to show Batman's dick, you have to know it's going to be a huge deal.
Right.
Right? And I think the problem is that it's overshadowing, no pun intended.
It's undershadowed,
but it's overshadowing the actual story. People are talking about the dick and not the story itself.
Not the amazing fucking story that the book is.
And the amazing art.
Dude, the art is so good.
Yeah, if you guys haven't had a chance, you can get it online.
Yeah, you can get it on Comixology.
Yeah, I don't know if you can get with the actual...
No, all digital versions, unless you downloaded it prior to them pulling it, are...
Edited?
Yeah, the one I read, I bought it on Comixology, it's edited out.
Yeah. So. But this book is amazing.
It is, it really is.
The art in it is ridiculous.
It's fantastic. Lee did a great job.
I mean, look at that some of this stuff.
Look at Constantine right there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
This guy, they went all out on this book. And really, if you get a chance, read it, because the story is going to be amazing. I can't wait for the second and the third and the fourth one. I think it's a 4 or a 3 issue.
I believe it's a 3-issue arc.
Cool.
Issue 2 comes out like a month or something like that from now.
Yeah.
Sometime. But anyways, the first issue, I mean, I sat and read, you text me, hey, read it. And so I sat and read it at the grocery store. Waiting to pick some stuff up. I just sat down and read the whole thing.
Yeah. It's really good. And it goes quick, because you're reading it, you look at the art, you're just like, oh my God. And it looks even better when you have it live in your hand.
Oh, I'm sure. And the thing with the book is, too, is you can sit and you can look at it and you can read it multiple times and just stare at the artwork and find new stuff in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's so fantastic. And Brian Azzarello did a great job on the writing on this book.
Oh, he did an amazing job on that book. What was your favorite part of that?
The book?
Yeah.
When Constantine comes in. And then when
Constantine's awesome in it.
Dude, so I knew Constantine was in the book, but I didn't know that Deadman was in the book. Oh, by the way, spoilers, obviously, for this book. But
you're not spoiling anything by saying Deadman's in the book.
Right. Well, I didn't know that.
Are you a big Deadman fan?
Not a big Deadman fan, but I like Boston Brand. I think he's a cool concept, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a cool character. It's a cool idea.
So I really like Justice League Dark, the animated movie.
Dude, I love the comic series.
But I didn't really like, I don't know if it's the voice of Deadman or the fact that all right, all that kind of stuff kind of bugged me.
That's kind of how he is in the comics, though.
Is it?
Yeah, it has to be
I haven't read anything with Deadman in the comic books.
Read Justice League Dark, the New 52 series. It's fantastic.
I have the first couple of those.
Yeah, it's really
And then
good.
I just picked up 1, 2, I think 3 of the new Justice League Dark that just came out.
I haven't read those ones, though. But the first one that deals with Constantine and the House of Mysteries and the House of Secrets is fantastic.
October is always a great month for supernatural horror and
so
just
good.
all that kind of stuff coming out in books.
So I have a question for you about this book.
Okay.
If I was reading it, so in it, there's a scene where Bruce Wayne is kind of maybe hallucinating, maybe not hallucinating, where he puts on the Joe mask and stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
And there's a girl doing card tricks, and they don't ever say her name.
That's Zatanna.
Right. I was saying, do you think that's Zatanna?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, because they don't ever name her. They don't ever like.
No, but she's dressed like Zatanna.
But she has purple in her hair, and she's a little.
But it's cool. Yeah, I think it is. The only part that kind of tripped me out in the book is there's a scene where Batman's running after somebody, and he breaks through a fence, and then it just cuts to a different scene, and you're just like, what happened?
I thought I was missing a page.
Yeah, I went back. I read it twice because I'm like, am I missing something?
And it makes sense. I don't.
Yeah. It might come back around though.
They might explain it further because the whole thing deals with the mystical arts and dark arts and stuff like that. So there's a whole other aspect of this book, because obviously if you have Constantine, Deadman, and Zatanna, there's something dark magic going on, and they just haven't got there yet.
Right. Well, there you guys go. Go pick up Batman Damned.
Batwang Damned.
Batwang Damned. Don't worry about the Wang shot. It
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. They could have just taken it out at the beginning. But I do still think, DC, you're being dumb if you really thought that was not going to be a big thing when you did it.
Right. I mean, I still contest that it was done on purpose because they knew it would make their first Black Label book an instant collectible because it's going to get pulled.
Yep. All right. So, I think that's it we have for today. If you like what you heard, and we're going to do more of these. Many, many more. Yeah. Give us a subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. A like, a share, all that fun stuff all the other YouTubers say, because we're not there yet. That's right. That's right. We're all new. Yeah. So if you like it, share it around. Obviously, we have a podcast, Spoiler Country. Yep. We talk about lots of shit there. We put out multiple episodes a week usually. Yeah. Our podcasts are heard everywhere. Yeah. Podcasts are heard. So, and we're on all the social media accounts. So, give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Yeah, yeah. And thanks for watching. We're out. It just sounded weird in my head. It's all good. Okay, well, let's say welcome back to Drinks and Comics, presented by Spoiler Country. Yeah, yeah. This is episode 2. Dose 2. I don't know if we're going to be doing that anymore, but today is the second one. Yeah, yeah. And we're going to talk Spider-Geddon. Yep. And we're talking this because of our friend Eli. That's right. Yeah. And it's, we got some cool stuff in there. But first, before we even do this, let's make a drink. Let's make 2 drinks. There we go. All right. All right. We're back. We're back. Oh, we got our drinks. You got your drink? I got my drink. My milkshake drink. Ooh, that was a big drink. Oh, it's all frozen together. Aw. No. Oh. That's how it goes when you make a milkshake drink. All right, we come back in frame here. So, Spider-Geddon. Spider-Geddon. I won't touch the books in my hands. I have milkshake on them now. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, because it's pretty cool. Christos Gage is the writer. Yep. Based on a story by Dan Slott. Right, Dan Slott, who wrote Spider-Man for a decade or more. Yeah. And we got Jorge Molina is the cover artist on this variant cover because this has been a popular book. You can't get the actual cover anymore.
And he's the artist of the inside of the book, too.
Oh, perfect.
He's a penciler. Yeah, he's a penciler and inks.
Yeah, we have VC Travis Lanham as the letterer, and we have David Curiel as the colorist. And the you can see inside, it's beautifully drawn.
It's very, very well drawn, very well colored. It's a beautiful looking book.
Yeah, some of the stuff in here is really cool. I mean, they have the Captain Britain that is Captain Britain and Spider-Man crossed.
Right, Spider-Man UK.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, I mean, I hope that's not his actual name. Like, it's like his name for the book. But like, I'm Spider-Man UK.
That's what he said in the book.
I know,
right?
It's kind of lame. Sorry, Eli. It's kind of dumb.
This is a different type of Spider-Man book than I'm used to reading because I grew up reading Spider-Man.
Yeah,
and so this is a lot different.
So I'll be honest, you guys. I haven't read new Marvel books in a while. A lot of the Marvel stuff I read is older stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And I haven't read Spider-Man almost anything since, I think the last Spider-Man I read was the relaunch of Spider-Man, of Amazing Spider-Man, like 2014, whenever that was, 2016 maybe?
Yeah.
I read the first like 4 or 5 issues.
When he was a billionaire
right
guy?
When he came out of Superior Spider-Man, they introduced Silk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I read the first 4 of that, then I got bored. But I don't know, I just didn't care.
I read the first one. And I can't have my Peter Parker be a rich billionaire.
He's supposed to be
I need him a photographer.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, well, by the time I started reading Spider-Man as a teenager, he was already out of high school.
Right.
And he was like in his late 20s, early 30s.
The college
years. They got married.
Yeah.
No, it's after the college years.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like Secret Wars 2.
I was the 80s, yeah.
Yeah, or Secret Wars. Was it Secret Wars or Secret Wars 2 when you got the black suit?
The first one.
Okay. He was already out of college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was a man. He was Spider-Man.
He's a man.
Yeah. So when reading this one after reading those types of stuff when I was a teenager, this is a lot different. And it's not to say anything, but the writing, it's cool. It's a lot of fun. I would highly suggest everybody picking it up and checking it out. But the writing seems a little dumbed down to me.
It really does. I don't see why. I don't know. In modern writing, in a lot of books I read, even though the characters have these ridiculous superhero names, they don't say, I'm the superior Octavius or Octopus or I'm Nefarious. I'm Captain Nefarious. Like,
I mean, some of that, though, is...
that's old school writing.
Yeah. I'm 44, and comic books are usually generally written for 12 and 13-year-olds, I would think.
I get that.
Especially Marvel superhero books.
Yeah. And it's not that the writing was bad. The writing was, the story...
That's why they have Icon.
Right.
For mature stuff.
I always forget that Icon is part of Marvel. But,
yeah.
I enjoyed the book. I enjoyed the Spider-Man, but I really, really feel like you and I, especially me, are coming into the Spider-Geddon book, not having read Spider-Verse.
Yeah, I didn't read Spider-Verse.
Edge of Spider-Verse.
You have to read the synopsis at the beginning.
Yeah, because a lot of what they're talking about in these, I'm
like the Inheritors. And
I'm like, what are the Inheritors?
Making clones. But it was pretty cool when they got into the action, and then the Inheritors came out of the cloning pod.
Yeah,
spoilers. Sorry,
spoilers from this whole thing.
But when that happens, it's pretty freaking cool, and it gets pretty violent quick.
I don't.
And then at that time, I'm like, "Ooh, this is definitely PG-13."
Yeah. Well, they have Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah,
who's a cool character.
Something happens.
Something bad happens.
Things happen.
Yeah, it's interesting. What's funny is like when I actually just read this issue probably, I don't know what, 15 minutes ago, right?
Yeah.
Because I was supposed to read it a couple days ago, but I got busy or whatever.
That's right.
When I first read it, you asked me what I thought of it, and I said, I don't like it, and I'll talk about why. But I always think your first reaction to anything consumed is not your real reaction to it, right? Because when I started thinking about it more, I was like, no, there was actually some good stuff, and I enjoyed some of the elements of it, and I actually am interested to follow more.
Yeah, I love the action. I think the storyline is being set up pretty well.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of... When I heard about all the different spider people that they've been developing, I was like a little over the last few years that I've been out of it. But hearing about it, I was like, I just want Spider-Man. I don't want all this other stuff.
Well, and they have Spider-Ham in there.
Yeah, they have Spider-Ham.
Which is awesome.
Peter Porker. Come on.
Right.
You can't...
Right. But where I was going with the whole thing is that I think the reason why I didn't like it at first, or I said I didn't care for it, was because I don't understand these characters' motivations. I don't know their powers. Like,
well, you haven't read any of the history. You just jumped right into it. I'm the same way though. I don't know anything about them, and I'm like, I just jumped in. But some of it was pretty cool.
I feel like there's a lot in this world I can learn.
A lot of it was cool, actually.
Yeah, and as I'm thinking back on it now, 20 minutes ago in retrospect, I did enjoy it. It's not the greatest thing I've read in the last year, but it's something I'm like, okay, I do want to see where this goes further. I will probably continue reading this series and see where it goes.
Yeah. You know, you know what you're feeling though, and how you're describing it. It's like seeing that movie that when you get out, you're like, oh, that was so bad. I hated that movie. But then 5 days later, you're still talking about it. And you're like, oh, I guess, like Napoleon Dynamite. When I saw that in the movie theater, I hated it. I was like, why did I sit through this?
But then you quote it. And
then I'm quoting it for days. And I'm like, oh my God. And then when it came out on video, I watched it again. I was like, okay, I love this.
Well, for me, it's Yes Man. I could not stand Yes Man. Not Yes Man. The one with Paul Rudd and...
I Love You, Man?
Yes, there you go. That one. I hated it when I first watched it.
Oh, I loved it.
Yes Man's a Jim Carrey movie. It's totally different. But I hated it when I first watched it, right? But I quote it, and I've watched it since then, and I love it. But the first time I watched it, I was like, this is stupid. But no, it was good. But Spider-Geddon. Right?
Spider-Geddon. Go.
We've even got Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Fempower.
Fempower. Because
that's what I bought.
Yeah. So, hey, you know what, guys? Go make yourself a dry martini or a
birthday cake mudslide.
Mudslide, there you go.
Although that one's gonna be expensive because the cheapest birthday cake thing you can buy at Dairy Queen is like $30.
Oh, jeez. And then go buy yourself a copy of Spider-Geddon.
And we'll have
check
links.
It out.
There'll be links down below. You can click on to buy it.
Are we out?
We're out. Yeah.
Hey, don't forget we have a podcast called Spoiler Country.
Yeah.
It's heard everywhere podcasts are heard. Please, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe below.
Tell your friends, go to scpod.net. You'll find all of our cool stuff there.
Yep.
We have a Patreon, patreon.com/spoilercountry, where it supports both this show and the podcast and everything else that we do. And we're out, man.
Yeah, we're out.
Good.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
All right. Well, welcome back to another edition of Drinks and
Comics.
Yeah, with Spoiler Country.
With us. These two guys with headphones on today because we can't meet up together.
We're not in the same area, so we have to do this whole thing remotely. So, and a lot of these episodes will be like that.
Right, and we're not good enough at editing to make it look like we're together with like a split screen or something like that. So this is what you get.
I'll do a split screen. I don't know if it's going to go this way or that way or what, but that's how it's going to be.
It's going to be some way, yeah. So what book are we talking about today?
Well, actually, before we get into that, let's just say if you like what you see and hear today, please give us a subscribe, click down below, give us a thumbs up, all that fun stuff, and we'll keep making these things because we're actually having a lot of fun.
They are a lot of fun, yeah.
And today we're going to talk about Marvel Spotlight number 5.
First appearance of Ghost Rider. Yeah.
First appearance of Ghost Rider. And I love this because it was released in 1972.
Right.
I was born in 1974, but they released this on my birthday, August 5th, 1972.
So happy
which is
birthday
funny
to you.
because they never say that. But before we get into everything, Johnny, what do you say we make some drinks?
Let's make some drinks, man. Let's do it.
All right. That Long Island iced tea looks delish.
It's already gone, man. I've already finished it. It's so good.
I know. I already drank my White Russian. It was pretty good. I mean, it could have been. Go ahead.
Right. I was going to say, Long Island's like when I go to a bar, like Jaeger and Coke, the first episode, that's my drink at home. Yeah. But Long Island's, I go to a bar, restaurant, that's what I always order. And they're so good. And they have so much liquor in them.
Because good Lord, dude.
Right. You're not driving. Well, and the one that I made was really strong. So,
You know what's funny is not the Jaeger, the White Russian that I made is I find out there's like 5 or 6 other drinks around just that base drink. And if you add Coca-Cola to it, it's called a Smith & Wesson.
Oh, really?
So I think the next one I might do a Smith & Wesson because I have everything.
Spoilers alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So what did you think of Marvel Spotlight number 5? We both read it and it was a fun read. I love the fact that it was out on my birthday, which I didn't know until I got it. And I actually, here, I'll show it up again. I actually have a decent copy, probably like a 3.
I don't know what side of it you're on, so I'll point to both directions.
Yeah, well, it's like a 3.5, maybe a 4.0, maybe a little bit better. Not much though. It cost me about $300 for this book, and it just keeps going up and up and up because Ghost Rider has always been a popular character.
Yeah, well, I mean, and with Cosmic Ghost Rider now, and
Frank Castle,
right? And Ghost Rider's on the Shield show, and I mean,
it's which good. Was awesome, by the way.
I haven't watched it. I watched the first 2 episodes of Shield, got bored, and stopped watching. So
really, it gets better.
Everyone says keep watching it, but I haven't got there.
It does get better the more you watch it. But what about the writing, and what about the style, and what about the story did you like and not like?
So, as you know, if you listen to the podcast before, this is one of the books I got when I was a kid from the collection from my dad's friend at work.
Right.
So I got Ghost Rider and Son of Satan and Iron Fist, all stuff. So I read all these when I was like 15. So at 15, these were amazing. These were like, oh my God, this is like, it's all satanic and demonic, and all these like lessons being learned and shit.
Yeah.
But when I reread it last weekend, so it's the best way to say it is there's definitely a different writing style than there is now, right?
Sure.
Like there's more exposition. They explain more stuff. There's
one thing to remember though, during the time that this was written, Satanism in the occult was big business. I don't mean big business as people that were Satanists were making lots of money. I'm just talking about there's a lot of stories, a lot of movies, a lot of media stuff in and around 70s. That stuff.
Yeah.
All totally. Through the 70s.
But I wasn't alive then, so I read it in the 90s.
Right.
Even then, it was good. So it's interesting because I totally forgot like a lot of the aspects of the original Johnny Blaze because it's been 20 years.
Dude, did he not? It felt like they wrote him as a Satanist.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, he knew how to conjure Satan from the beginning of the...
And he read all these books.
My Satan books.
And he was like calling him his Dark Lord Master, all this stuff. And it was like, wait, what? This is not what I remember it like at all.
I did not, as a kid, I did not catch the fact that he was all into the occult and Satanism. Yeah. But it's just kind of thrown in there too. It's not like a big deal. It's like, by the way...
It's totally just matter of fact. By the way,
Johnny Blaze... And I don't know. The one thing that did annoy me that I forgot about was the whole like the promise he made to the mom, right?
The reaction of the dad and the sister, or I should say, quote, dad and sister, because
they're not
the
adoptive family.
Yeah. I think isn't later on Crash just his dad? Like it's not the whole adopted thing, or has it always been that way? Like in the movie
I don't remember.
Nicolas Cage did, it's his dad, right? They don't.
Right. I'm sure they retconned it later on because it makes it easier to tell. But like their reactions to non-reactions to like him making the promise to do it, then not doing it, and they calling him a pussy back and forth. And
right. It was so weird. It was like, what? And then who gets on a motorcycle after someone just fatally died and does the jump? They would shut that
Johnny
shit
Blaze
down so quick. Like they'd be like, no, none of this is happening.
Right. It's like, fuck you, dude. Don't get off the motorcycle, man. This guy just died. You're come on.
But one of the cooler origin stories.
It is cool, it's clearly in like the Evel Knievel time frame, right? Yeah. People like the whole the stunt guys, and I mean he basically is Evel Knievel, but a little different, Yeah. And it was funny because I don't remember. I didn't remember the fact that like he's not really Ghost Rider for that much of the first book, right?
No.
Mostly it's origin,
just a little bit. It's definitely just an origin story. It's a quick read, actually. It went really fast, and there is a lot of dialogue, like you were saying.
Yeah, a lot of dialogue, a lot of exposition, a lot of background stuff, which is fine because when you read comics from the 80s and back, there's a lot of that, and it's totally cool. Nowadays, they rely more on the art telling the story with the narrative of the writing. It's just a change in aesthetics, right? But I remember when I read it this weekend. I remember reading like, man, I thought this was a much better book when I was a kid. Like, it's not a bad book. It's a fun read, but I remember it being like so much better than I came out of this book this time. And I think that's because I went into it for some reason expecting it to read like the newer books I read, right? The newer indies I read, which you can't. I mean, that's bad on me. You can't do that. You can't read an old comic and expect it to be in the same vein as a new one because they're completely different types of books. So that was on me. But I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. What do you think of it?
I enjoyed it a lot. I just showed some inserts, some of the artwork and
nice
of the different pages. I mean, it really is.
The art's fantastic. I mean, the art. Mike Plug is amazing in art. I mean, Jesus Christ.
The art is crazy, and you can see here, edited by Stan Lee, and then created by Gary Friedrich, who just recently passed away.
Yep. We talked about him with
the artist. Sumner. And then I love the fact that they actually call out the letterer of John Costa because he's a classic letterer that did a ton of books. And then
Marvel started the whole like crediting letterers and stuff like in the 70s. So it's great to see.
Yeah, well, they deserve it because it's a lot of work.
They do.
And then and I love how they put aid and abetting Roy Thomas.
Right. Good old Roy Thomas.
Yeah, Roy Thomas dude, his work on Conan was ridiculous.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's another legend in the industry that's done so much cool stuff.
Yeah. So there you guys go. Get out there.
Yeah.
Maybe pick up a copy of Marvel Spotlight #5.
It's a cheap book to buy.
It's a cheap book to buy. No big deal. Or if you can't afford to buy the physical copy, get it on digital. It's worth a read. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. And then you get an idea of what Ghost Rider is all about, how it started, and then you can move forward and check out some of the other stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a trade that collects like the Marvel Spotlight, the first like 6 issues of it there that you can pick up somewhere. If I can find it, we'll link it down below, but I'm not sure.
Definitely. And this is coming out on Tuesday. What's the date tomorrow? The 13th. The 13th. And also look out. We're gonna release a quick Stan Lee tribute because today, Stan Lee, the great man, passed away, and we're very saddened by that. It was really lame to hear about that. He's an amazing guy, and so we're gonna have a little tribute to him. It'll probably be like a quick 1-minute video, nothing over the top or nothing too grandeur. He's got enough of it, and so there you guys go. I hope you enjoyed.
Until next week, keep drinking, keep reading.
Keep drinking, keep reading. That is the tagline to end all taglines. We're out.
There we go.
Okay, well, we're back again for another edition of Johnny Making a Ton of Noise.
Yeah, we are. Because sorry, you were in my pocket. Now you're not.
Well, we're here again actually for another episode of Drinks and Comics, and this is our 4th episode, and it's a lot of fun. It's cool, man.
We're getting in the groove. It's cool.
Yeah. And today we got some drinks to talk about, and I'm going to be fully honest. I made my drink. I recorded my drink. I drank like 2 drinks of it, and I thought it was disgusting, so I dumped it out. And people can tell me that it's alcohol, what do they call that? Abuse, alcohol abuse, all you want.
Alcohol abuse,
fucking gross. And the thing is that I've quickly realized that I like a White Russian, but cream and alcohol in my gut don't mix. So
I know
there'll be no more cream-based drinks coming from this side of the house.
Which is funny because I have a cream-based drink today.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But we're going to talk about Sabrina, right?
We are. We're going to talk about the chilling adventures of Sabrina.
Off of Netflix.
Yep. Based off a comic book. But yeah, we're going to talk about that here in just a minute after we make some drinks. And you see Kenric make a drink he doesn't drink, and I'll make a drink that I actually do drink.
There you go. Let's do this. All right, we're back. Hopefully you guys saw my amazing Smith & Wesson, which I completely hated. I mean, it just was, ugh. And then Johnny made, what'd you make?
So I used the instructions to make an Irish coffee royale, which is an Irish coffee with brandy in it.
Nice.
But instead of using Irish cream, I used French vanilla cream because I like French vanilla cream, not Irish cream.
Oh, interesting. So would
it came out pretty good. Royale? So that's it's a French royale. It's a French coffee royale, I guess.
Right. Because you're not using it. What does it call for? Like Bailey's Irish cream?
It just said Irish cream in general. So.
Oh well, usually Irish cream has alcohol in it. So.
Right. But I made it with
what's
brandy.
The saying? The Irish would rule the world if they didn't drink.
Right. They probably would. But no, see, I like all my coffee with French vanilla, and I like brandy, so mix them together, and it was pretty good. So
you're funny.
I know. So Sabrina.
Yeah. So Sabrina. But before we get into Sabrina, let's remind everybody: if you like what you hear and you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. Give us a little thumbs up, and we'll keep making these things, and we're going to make them anyways. But help us out.
Probably.
It's a lot of fun, and it helps us. So.
And tell all your friends.
Tell all your friends. Share it across all your social medias.
Share it everywhere.
So today we're going to go over Sabrina.
Yeah.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Sabrina. I watched the whole thing. Yeah, Kayla and I binged it because we watched the first couple episodes. And
yeah. What'd you think?
I got in. I liked all of it except for the ending. Obviously, spoilers for this show as we go into this, clearly.
Yeah.
But
you didn't like the end. Well, it's not really over, though. I mean, that's just the end of basically chapter 1.
Right, and that's why I'm okay with it, right? Because as a whole season, the ending pisses me off. But as a chapter where I know it's going to continue, okay, this is setting it up for something really good at the end, or something good next time.
Have they announced chapter 2?
No, they haven't announced
part
anything
2?
that I'm aware of. Yeah, they haven't announced it, but they're going to because the show, I'm sure it did well. Everybody was talking about it on social media.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't know I was going to like it because I wasn't really a fan of the one in the 90s because it wasn't geared towards me. Wasn't geared towards my age group.
It was total campy.
Yeah, well, I'm okay with campy. It was just beyond. For me, it felt like it was like watching, I don't know, Disney Family now. You know,
it was sitcom Sabrina, pretty much. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So
this was very dark, though.
No, it's very dark, and there's some shocking scenes in it where you're like, what, like when she cut the throat of that girl.
Oh God, dude, that was I did not expect her to actually do it.
I mean, I knew they were going to do something.
Don't do it.
Yeah, I knew they were going to do something, but I didn't expect it. It was like it came out of nowhere. Right. I was like, oh my God.
Right. Well, that and like the whole thing is like an allegory or a metaphor for like, you know, people who are super into Christianity, right? Because like it's all about Satanism, but they're treating it very much like the Christian church, but people who are over into it and like it basically an occultism, right, of the Christian church, but done to Satan, not to God.
Right.
And I was like, this is, I mean, it goes pretty far. Now, I don't know. Have you read the comic it's based off yet at all, or looked at it?
No, I've never. I mean, I know the comics. I know that she had her first appearance in Archie. I think Madhouse something number 22.
Right. I was just meaning the comic series this show is based off of.
No, I didn't know there was a comic book series. I did pick up Netflix, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina #1, and Netflix is actually doing a series of comic books based off some of their shows, which is kind of cool. And so I picked that one up on Wednesday.
That might be. I wonder if that's a new comic or not, because the show is based off a 2014 series called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Like,
okay.
If you read it, it's pretty much the same thing, but the comic book's even darker than the show is. Like it's.
Oh, really?
It's more occulty. It's more brutal. It's more. I mean, there's a whole in the ending of the first issue. Spoilers for the comic and for the show, probably for season 2.
Yeah.
The end of the first issue has her mom coming out of the swamp dead with her face burnt off and like half like rotten skulled face, naked.
Wow.
Going back to find everybody. Yeah. It's and the art is fantastic in it too.
Oh, that is kind of cool. That is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember the names. I should look it up before we did this, but I can't remember the name of the guy who wrote it, but the guy who wrote this story it's based off of is the same guy who also wrote The Afterlife for Archie.
Yeah.
Which was like this series where Archie
they
was
did a
dead
whole bunch of like Afterlife and undead Archie stuff out of like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to say it's out of nowhere, but it felt like out of nowhere to me.
Well, they did. Archie went through this whole like I don't want to say rebranding, but basically where they took their characters
like through a renaissance, maybe.
Right. Archie's always had this not cutting edge, but they're a family friendly comic book, but they also push the envelope in the same way, right? Like Archie died while protecting his gay friend before he went to Afterlife of Archie, and then when they brought Archie back to the living, it was with Mark Waid and Fiona Staples. They were the ones who wrote the new Archie series.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah, and then out of that came they brought back Sabrina and the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and then that brought on the TV show. That's also what brought on Riverdale. You know. So.
Yeah. Oh, so the Riverdale that we see on CW is based off of this?
I believe it's based off of the Archie series by Mark Waid and Fiona Staples.
Because isn't that how they introduced Sabrina? Is through that show?
You know, I'm not caught up enough to know that, but I heard they were going to, but I can't honestly tell you if they did or didn't. I don't remember. I didn't watch it. Okay. I've only watched the first half season of Riverdale. Yeah, because there's so much TV to watch.
Right. There's so much TV. If you really get into it, there's a lot out there. It's getting ridiculous.
There's tons.
There's too much. Yeah. And people talk about shows, and I'm just like, "Have you watched it? Yeah, you got to watch it." I'm like, "There's too many. I can't keep up."
Too much good stuff, man. Yeah. It's a good time to be a nerd with watching TV.
It's a good problem to have, right?
Right. It means when they stop making them, I'll have plenty of stuff to watch in the future.
Right. Oh, did you watch this? No, I never did. Oh, you should watch that. No, okay,
but now I will.
Yeah, no, I binged it, man. I watched it like in a day and a half. I started watching it, and then before I knew it, I was halfway through the first day. I was halfway through it. I was like, oh, I gotta calm down. I wanted it to last a little bit.
It's only 10 episodes, but I mean, the girl who plays Sabrina does a fantastic job. She does. She looks really like she walked out of the comic. She's great in the role. Yeah. All in all, I really enjoyed the show. The ending did piss me off because I didn't want that to happen, but I understand why they made that. I understand why they did it. You know.
Right. Yeah, it's a crazy thing. I want to see what happens with Nicholas Scratch.
Yeah.
Because Old Scratch, that's an old name for Satan.
Oh yeah.
So it's like Nicholas Scratch. I'm like, oh, is that like Satan in disguise and not telling anybody?
Yeah, you know. So one thing I'll spoil for you out of the comic books that they didn't do in the show you know, Crinkle. Is it Harvey? They get the Ross Lynch's character, the boyfriend.
Yeah.
In the comics, when the mind collapses, he dies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Harvey
so
dies
after the show. Yeah, because for the show,
hasn't Harvey always been her boyfriend though? Like even in the comic books from like the 60s.
I don't know. I haven't read much old Sabrina to be honest.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, either have I. I just know that Harvey was in the TV show from the 90s.
Yeah, but I think in the comics, the Chilling Adventures, from because I've read the first volume, and it's like they try to take a lot of things you think you know about Sabrina and turn them on their head and make this is a more adult, a more occulty version of it in the vein of Afterlife and in the vein of what this writer's trying to tell.
Yeah, they take it more of that, like if this was real.
Right.
You know.
Well, real with magic and Satan.
Yeah, well, I mean, real is as far as you suspend your disbelief, obviously. But I mean, they just took a very more, I shouldn't say realistic approach, but just a very more dramatic and you know,
they didn't hold back.
There's not a lot of joking around in it.
Right, not too many jokes, but I mean, there was some funny moments. But yeah. So ultimately, what you think?
Funny moments, but they're just moments.
Yeah. Ultimately, what'd you think of it? You thought it's worth watching for people?
I think it's very much worth watching. I can't wait for the part 2.
Nice.
You know, and I read an article online where the Church of Satan, the guy that wrote the Bible, is suing the show for the statue that's in it, because it's obviously a copy of the statue that's in the real Church of Night or Satan Church or whatever. I don't know what they call it. I don't. Yeah, and I apologize. I have no clue.
But can a religious statue be copyrighted? I mean,
well, I feel like this. Look, you want to be taken as a serious religion, then you're gonna have to deal with that kind of stuff and be okay with it,
right?
Because the Catholic Church isn't suing everybody over crosses,
right? I mean, and watch Daredevil. Daredevil's all about Catholicism and rights and wrongs in it, and good and bad.
Yeah. There's a lot to it. So if you want to be a big boy religion, you're gonna have to deal with big boy, consequences and people making fun of it and people making fun of you and putting it out as a joke on TV shows is just part of the game. And if you can't handle that, then you shouldn't be doing it.
Exactly.
So, especially when it comes to a religion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, religion has not to put anybody off, but religion has a way of opening itself up for jokes and for parody.
Yeah. I mean, really, it shouldn't be taken seriously. And really, if they really wanted to get people in, it's probably a good way to get people interested in what their message is, whatever it is. I mean, I'm not really interested.
Right.
I'm not really interested in any of that kind of stuff, but I mean, it's just, except for in my comic books and in my movies.
Yeah. Right. But if you are, that's fine. You can be interested all you want.
Yeah. You can be all that kind of fun stuff. So,
right.
I think we're going to end it there.
I think that's it. I kind of feel like we feel like we're on a podcast. We should keep going, but I think we're past our time for this show.
It is, yeah, exactly. So don't forget, we are heard everywhere. Well, we're here on YouTube, and I think we're going to start putting these out on Facebook as well. And there's some other locations, but we also have a podcast called Spoiler Country, and that is heard everywhere podcasts are heard. If you're interested in seeing that, head over to scpod.net. That's scpod.net, and you can check us out there. Or if you have a smartphone, like maybe something like this, and you can totally bring up your podcatcher, look up Spoiler Country, and we'll be there, and you'll hear a lot of conversations just like this. But longer.
Right. But longer. A lot more and a lot of tangents. And just as of now, if you have an Alexa, you can add an Alexa skill to have us put into your flash briefing to get updates from our shows.
That's right. That's brand new. That just came out yesterday.
Yeah, that just got approved and certified yesterday and that's amazing. So I'm happy to have that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool. So there you guys go. We will talk to you later. And what's your tagline, Johnny?
Keep drinking, keep reading.
Yeah, baby. That was funny. We both just stopped right there after you said that. All right, we're back.
We're back.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that as much fun or had as much fun listening as we did making it. We are having a lot of fun. It's a challenge because of spatial constraints and putting up backdrops and getting together.
Learning how to look at a camera when you talk.
Yeah, and remembering to look at the camera when you talk. And then, of course, getting that time to be able to do this without having people in the way, kids in the way, all that kind of fun stuff. But
it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
If you like what you heard, we'll have links down in the show notes to all 4 episodes and to the channel. Click on them. Go watch the video as well, because the video is cool. You get to see my pretty face and Kenric's pretty face and our cool backgrounds and see all the cool stuff. And so far we've had 4 episodes. I've worn a different hat on each episode, so you'll have that to look forward to as well.
Oh my Lord. You wear a different hat on every episode. That's funny.
I will tell you guys right now that I'm not wearing a different hat because I wear hats all the time, because I really don't wear hats all the time.
Yeah.
It's because every time we record, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to comb my hair, so I put a hat on.
I don't want to take a shower today. Let's be real.
Well, I mean, yeah, because we always record on Sunday or Saturday on my lazy days. On days I go to work, I shower and brush my hair and wear nice clothes. On days on Saturday and Sunday, I'm not doing anything. I'm like,
we try to record beforehand, but somehow someone's never ready. And I'm not picking anybody signaling out. It's just either one of us is never ready on the day that the other one can do it. And then it gets to the point like we have to do it today, or it's not going to get done.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with the podcast.
So, pretty much, yeah. Because we should have recorded a podcast last week sometime. We had time to do it at night. We just didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. So there you guys go. We hope you like what you heard. And, just remember, anywhere, we're on all the social medias is all I'm saying.
All of them.
Yeah. So just, if you are so inclined to follow us and check out what we say and the news that we give and new stuff, as it comes out, you'll be the first to hear about it. Find your favorite social media platform, search Spoiler Country, and we'll be there. We're also, I'm losing track of my mind right now.
We have a phone number you can call, a voicemail.
Yep.
707-656-2080. 707-656-2080. Call, leave a voicemail. We'll do something with them sometime.
Yeah.
We have a website with articles and all of our stuff, all of our Drinks and Comics stuff, all of our podcasts at scpod.net.
We got a new blogger. Well, he's not new, but he's an official team member now.
He is.
And that's Jay Roach
on the Roach's Den. Yep. He has some great stuff. He just released one about 30 Days a Night, so check it out. It's really funny. It's good.
Yeah.
It's called 30 Days of Awesome. And he releases a review or a blog probably once every other week or so. It's about 2 a month, so it's pretty good. He's gonna. Yep. I think he's gonna write more, but we've given him the ability to write as much as he wants.
That's right. He can post what he wants to post and talk about what he wants to talk about, and he's gonna have a lot of fun with it because it's right in his vein. He loves that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The last thing is we are heard everywhere podcasts are heard.
We are. And we're also heard on your flash briefing on Amazon Alexa.
That's right.
So if you search your skills and search Spoiler Country, you'll find a new skill you can enable us, and we're going to push out updates when we have new things come out to tell you that we have a new episode or a new Drinks Comics or any news that we have. We might just put out some geek culture news that we find and release it there. So you'll have that as a way to get us into your daily flash briefings.
There you guys go. Don't forget, open that mind
and read more. See ya.